Everyone, Nilay Murbatti here. I hope it's going well so far. Today's topic will be actually about Canada. So I will try to talk about the country in some titles, under some titles. Of course, I will make one on Turkey as well, no doubt about it, in my later coming videos. Before I get into the topic, I want to also say that I guess your English levels need to be somewhat A2, B1 sort of lowest in order to get engaged into my videos, in order to understand and maybe understand the tasks and be able to produce some things. So I guess anywhere from junior high, from whatever the age group might be, you might benefit. And the other thing is I will create subcategories about my videos in time. So that will happen. And you might maybe be more interested in one topic area and you might want to listen to those. And again, I always say to other people that you might want to come for the content too, not just for English. Maybe it's gonna be interesting for you to listen to what I have to say. Okay, so this video might be a little longer since I will try to cover a whole country and a country that lots of people want to go as immigrants. So let's start with the education, because so many people will say that it is the reason that they go there for, right? So for their children. Yes, the elementary school system and the ongoing levels, usually state schools and usually based on the address system. It's great. Kids learn not just by memorizing things, but also by doing things. Project making is important. Teamwork is important. The mentality of Canada is actually about that. So if these are the skills that you want your kid to really be good at, it's a great education system. And the universities, again, based on your marks, and you are basically given lots of tasks and assignments to do to finish the degree that you want to pursue. Okay, so there is of course higher levels of education which I won't get into. You can have plenty of information on the internet about that. But my experience has been somewhat positive. That when I first was taking my master's, I knew the language wasn't as quite as high of my peers in the class, but I still tried my best, and my professors would really be understanding of that, which I still appreciate to the day. And so that's great. They are encouraging you. They are motivating you because they know they will also benefit from your knowledge and findings for academia, whatever that field might be. So it's a win-win situation. And let's go into the health of the country, health system of the country. It's somewhat something that if people are going from countries like Turkey, they wouldn't like it as much as what they experienced maybe in their home countries. Because it's a state-run system. There's no private practice other than some areas. I guess if you want to get an aesthetical operation, yes, government won't pay for it. Dental is again a private practice. But other than that, so you are in the mercy of the hospitals and the doctors, and they will look at you as in terms of your priority is of the people who go to hospitals and doctors. So if you are seen as not urgent, then there will be someone ahead of you and this might actually annoy some people. But I've become a naturalist almost in Canada. This is something that I like actually. Maybe it's the fact that I realize, okay, no need to fight the system. I mean, if I had a flu, I didn't really need to go to the doctor. I knew what to do at home, and I think you just start watching what you eat, and your other immune system preps you start being more mindful about. And so that worked for me. But if you are someone, who is always worried about, oh my God, what happens if this happens and that happens? Well, again, that's the reality, and the resources are limited. So you need to be understanding of that system. Okay, so let's go to the government. There's a federal government that runs the whole country, and then there is province-based presidents. We call them premiers. So yeah, they will have their own elections, and then there is the city running the city aspect, which is like municipalities. So they are very strong in their own areas, and so there is almost like three types of government, and their legislation is different. So there is sort of the symbolic ties with England, but it's an independent country still. And right about U.S. Being north of it, it's actually pretty different than U.S. So again, it will take some time for you to understand all that. And things don't go as fast in terms of bureaucracy and the new rules and regulations. They take time to change. The system is set, and with the belief that human rights and democracy are very important, and pluralism, and these are great attributes of Canadian government system, I found. Okay, so job opportunities, it changes from province to province. I guess if you're a business owner, you might want to go to somewhere those businesses are needed. It's important to do a market research before you choose. Or if you're an engineer, again, those types of jobs are needed the most, I know. You might want to find the best fit for your area, where you are needed the most, more than where you want to be, actually. That's important to find out before making investments here and there. And social life, and I have to call it sports. You have to somewhat love being out and enjoying winter and snow. So you need to make an maybe effort to love skiing, to practice it, to teach it to your children, so that they feel belonged, and they don't just think that winter is a time that one needs to spend indoors. Because outdoor, as we all know, is very important in human beings' lives. And so, yeah, you need to be able to find ways that will push you out of the door in Canada, and under snow conditions that will be not just skiing, there is snowboarding, there is other types of winter sports you can actually enjoy. And in my case, for example, I loved cross-country skiing, and I really enjoyed, and I miss already, so I will actually try to start something again in the new place that I am in. Other than that, it's a humble country, it's diverse, and things won't be, as I said, as flashy as some other countries, especially in Middle East and maybe some even European countries. What we see won't be quite there. But I always thought these were positive things, and people shouldn't feel like they are really different from the rest of the society. I think it's important to make everyone feel valued and just appreciated, and that they feel that they are contributing to the society at large. And volunteering is an actually important field. I find if you want to feel, that you are contributing, Canada will welcome you in that. So these and the families, friendships. It's a great country to raise a family. That's correct, and especially I guess if you have your extended family with you, there's nothing more you can ask. It's a peaceful place. Yeah, and it's about just making the best out of it. And if you are considering Canada, I would say go get your experiences, live there for some time or forever, but just always be open, with an open mind, with open arms, and just teach them your culture and also learn their culture. Life will be more beautiful then. So now your task is to talk about whatever that culture you live in that you know really well. Talk about all these titles I've just mentioned, and see, maybe if there's any resemblance between Canada or the country that you are talking about, in what ways they might be different. Maybe say, well, yeah, I would like to experience the Canadian living or whatever living for some time, for a couple of years, for education or for some gaining some new skills, whatever that might be. Just argue about these points, either in talking or writing, and then hopefully get it checked. And we will see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.